Hello everyone, welcome to another webinar of Unit of Technical Analysis. Here we are going to talk about market predictions, what's going to happen next in the Nifty, right? So if you go into Unit of Technical Analysis channel and if you see in playlist, probably in the playlist you'll be finding weekly webinars which are there, right? Now in this weekly webinars, we had a webinar which was first of all there on 5th of June, right? Now, what happened in 5th of June webinar and what we did discuss? I'll just tell you briefly, right? So probably this is the chart that we are discussed. We are discussed about 4 different bull and bear cycles and how the reversals has been happening. But before that, just what were the indicators which were there? Let's say, for example, in monthly MACD, we had a crossover. Now, whenever we see a crossover in MACD, especially, probably let me again go to charts. Why? Because again, for the people who haven't seen this especially till now, probably they would be getting idea about all the things what we are exactly discussing about. So we'll go to the monthly trend, right? What we see in monthly is firstly we saw crossover which was there, right? So crossover is like the blue line crosses the red line from the top and it comes down, right? And this has specifically happened only few times whenever there had been a bear cycle. For example, this was the crossover, this was the crossover, this was the crossover, this is the fourth crossover that we are seeing altogether. So this was during the bear cycle of 2011, this was during the bear cycle of 2015, this was the bear cycle of 2019, and the fourth one was, I'll probably just mark this with lines because then next time it would be easier for us also to probably just demarcate those things together, right? So these were the 4 lines, and if you see, yes, probably this was the first bear cycle, then this line was in March, so this is the second bear cycle that we had, right? After that, this line was there, so this is the bear cycle that we had, and the recent one, which is there of 2021, right? 1920 rather, right? This was the bear cycle which happened, right? And we again got a crossover at this time, which again indicates that okay, we are into a bear phase. This is the first signal. Apart from that, we went into details, and in the details we found out certain other things which were there, right? So that was one of the videos, and we had certain analysis which was been done on the basis of that. Like let's say, for example, in 2008, the bear cycle was there for 10 months, and the low was there at 0.236, and the time taken for reversal from the top to coming back to 0.76 level, the last high after that was 5 months. Similarly, for 2010, 2011, we came to know that the entire bear cycle from the top to the bottom was 14 months, and we got a reversal which was there at 0.5 level, and the time period required from the top coming back to 0.76 level was 10. 2015-16, it was entirely 12 months of bear cycle. The reversal had come down, the bear cycle has ended at the level of 0.5, and it took a time period of 8 months overall, right? But 2020, it was very short, 3 months, 0.236, and there was no specific reversal as such during that time, right? So on the basis of this, what we did is we rejected this too. I'll just put down that in red. I'll tell you why, right? Because the current bear cycle that we are having, current bear cycle, right? So our current bear cycle, if you see, it is taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So currently this is the 10th month which is going on, and this reversal is basically there for till 0.76 level, right? So till 0.76 level, the reversal which has been happening, that has been taking 10 months. Similarly, we have marked down these candles over here. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these are the 8 months which have been required for the cycle for 2015. Right, so this were 8 months which have been given, and for 2010, 2011, it was 10 months. Right? So I'll just again try to specify that. So this is the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and ninth. And this is the 10th month probably. From there we got a reversal, right? So same time period which has been considered. Now, if we consider apple to apple, probably we there into the 10th month, which is there currently, right? So this bear cycle of 2008 was already been exhausted by 2000 by the 10th month, right? Second thing is we currently know that okay, we haven't got a major reversal as especially, so we are thinking that okay, we are still into the bear trend. So if we have an apple to apple comparison, probably these are the only two levels. Why? Because we haven't come down to the level of 0.236 to have an apple to apple comparison. This has not been happening. We haven't come down to the 0.5 level also, in fact, till now. So these are the two major cycles which we think that this is a high probability that it will be coming to 0.5 levels, right? And on the basis of that, what we have done is we have marked down the 0.5 levels. Let's say, for example, this is the start point that we have 7511 and the high was 18604. Now between to this level, the 0.5 level which has been marked, that comes to approximately 13057, 13057, right? And we have also tried to mark some reversals which are there. Let's get into the details now, one by one step at a time, and try to find out what have been happening in the two cycles which are there. So two cycles are like the 2011, 2010, 2011 cycle which is there, and the 2015 cycle which has been there, right? 2015, 2016 bear cycle, right? So this was our basis for comparison, right? Now this was more of only monthly chart that we have seen last time, and what we have come to know that generally there is a reversal which is been seen till 0.76 level, right? So for example, if you see, yes, this is the entire bull bear phase which is there. So during the bear phase, it doesn't just directly come down, it gives us reversals, and it has been giving reversals. So probably this was the month where it has given a reversal, and the reversals mostly happened at the end till 0.76. So we have considered those here also the same thing, considering from the low to the high and the reversal which is there. Yes, probably this was the reversal which has come down to 0.76 level. I'll just zoom this. So this is the 0.76 level, and this was the final monthly candle which was touching this parts. So what we'll do is we'll try to focus on these two charts, try to have a step by step, day by day trading details, and try to check out on the basis of back testing what exactly has been happening and how this has been happening, right? So first thing is, let's go back to somewhere around 2011 and check down the details, right? So I'll open a chart which is there of 2010, 2011. On a bigger chart, so this is the low, this is the high till 111. I'll just remove this. Not remove in sense, I will just remove the extensions because those are not been required at this stage, right? So this was the low and this was the high, and after that we got a reversal. And these cycles are there of 2010 to 2010 to 2012, right? So some of the basic things that we have is this cycle was there for 14 months and it took almost 10 months only to get a reversal till 0.76 level, right? So this was the basis that we have. Now let's go back and try to identify a few of the things which are there. What we'll do is we'll try to find out the high, the low, which was just before this reversal up to 0.76. Right, we'll check down other things also, like what is the range which is there, what reversal is there, how much time it will take, and one by one, I mean, like, let's try to check out what do we get any further details on these things together on those parts, right? So this is 2010, 2011, right? We'll go one by one step at a time, and try to find out the details which are there. Whatever things should be coming, probably I'll just change this to yellow color for purpose for ease, right? So this is the date that we have. So the high was there on 8th of October 2010, right? So 8th of October 2010, this is there. I'll just mark this, and probably let's shift it from another color, green color maybe, right? Let's try to find out what was the high. If we check out with the high level was in 6338.5. So 6335.9. Okay. 6335.9. So this is the high. So this is the high which has been considered. Okay, even if this is there, 6338.5. Okay, this is being shown. Okay, we'll consider this 6335.9, right? Which is there, that has been coming. Then we go to the low. Now this is the low which is just before this 0.76 reversal, right? So we need to check out for this low when it was been coming. Let's say, for example, if we check down with the details, probably this was the reversal which has been coming. So we need to consider a low before that. So this is the low which has been coming. And this level has come down somewhere around on 20th of June 2011. So this is 20th of June 2011, and the levels which has been come down, that has been to 5195.9, 5195.9. I haven't marked this, so probably just mark this also, right? So I have just derived the range which is there. So range is nothing but, if I just deduct this two from each other, I come to a range of 11,040. Now the range may change altogether from time to time period, right? So just the difference of these two dates, because we have got the range also. So we are just trying to find out the difference of these two dates. So it is coming to somewhere around 224 days, right? So this is the first basic assumptions which are there, right? So this is what we have found out. This is what we have found out. This is just taken a percentage, like, okay, if it goes high and then come back to this level, probably what is the percentage of drop? So it is like somewhere around 82% from the top side. Nothing specific as such, only divided these two figures. That's it, right? So after that, we got a reversal which was there till 0.236 level. So we have to find out what exact levels it has come down to and till what level. So this is the high that we had. This high was 5737, and this high is 5740.4. So we will consider 5740.4. 5740.4. This is the high which has been considered. Okay, and the date 8711. So just confirm that it is 87/2011. The dates have been marked at the bottom, right? This has also been marked, right? And probably one more thing is what levels it has come down to, right? Now levels are critical. Let's try to check out how we get the levels. So let's say, for example, this was my high, and probably after that, this was my low. So if I consider this as the low, probably it had yep, sorry. So this was my high. Is there any difference? Why had this change? So there in 2011 only, right? So 578. So this date of it. Okay, this was been considered. This date changed. 28, 10. Wow. So what was our date? 8 of 8/7/2011. So this was the low, and after that, this was the high. Give me a second, guys. Okay, sorry. I'm really sorry. Just probably got a bit confused. Right. So this was my part, and after that, yes, this was my low. So I need to have my Fibonacci placed. Right, I'll probably just shift my Fibonacci, right? Cool. Right. So, yep, this is how it comes down to. Right. So this was my high. After that, this date which was been marked, I will probably just try to shorten this because we don't have to go till that stretch. Cool. Fair enough. Right. So this was my high, this was my low before just coming back to this 0.76 level, right? So from here, if I check out on the basis of Fibonacci, I get a high, I got a low. So this is level 1, and the reversal which has come down, this has come down to a level of 0.5, right? So we have just practically marked this, nothing more than that. So this comes into 0.5. And again, the same thing, we have just calculated the dates which are there. So if I check down this date, probably this is from the last low till the high, till 0.76. So that comes down to around 18 days. So we have marked that also, right? So from this date to this date, this took around 18 days. And after that, we got a reversal and the market started coming down, right? Any other details that we are going to find out? Yes, the low of the bear cycle. The low of the bear cycle has come down to somewhere around 4531.15. And if we check this again on Fibonacci, right? Now, these are not exact figures, but approx figures. So I'm not getting dot by dot, but yes, maybe approximation. So this was my high, this was my low, level 1, and we got a reversal. Sorry, this was my level. This we got a reversal, which is there, it is 0.5. Then after that, it came down 1.272, reversed up to 0.76, and from there it again came down. Right? Till what level did it come down? It came down to a level which is around 1.618. So 1.61 is the target probably which was been hit, right? We are not going for all approximation, but just accurately we have been discussing. So this has come down to a level of 1.618, right? And we'll also find out the low. So the low was there on 4531.15. 4531.15. So this is the low, and the date which was there is 20th of December 2011. So we'll mark this also in green, and the Fibonacci that we got is 1.61, right? So these are the facts which are there for 2010, 2011. What we got is we had a high. Just quickly confirm so that we have, this is just because we had that small confusion. So this date which was there and the levels, right? The level is 6335.9, 6335.9. The date was 10/11, sorry, 8th of 8/11/2010, right? 8/11/2010. Then we had a low. Low was there for 5195. Yes. Yes, these are the figures which have been shown over here. 5195.9, and the date was 20th 6 2011. 20th 6 2011. The number of days which are there, we calculated the range. We had a reversal which came down till 5740.4, 5740.4, right? And the date was 8th of July 2011. 8th of July 2012, and the number of days 18. The reversal had come down till, so this is the range. This has come down till 0.5 level, which has been marked over here, right? And next things that we got is the bear cycle low was 4531. So this was the date 4531.15 and the date was 20th of December 2011. 20th of December 2011 and the level was 1.618. Okay, all right. This was there. All we got the details which are there for 2010, 2011. Let's try to find out something which is there for 2015, right? Oh, yep, 2015. So we just move it probably on the left hand side. And these are the details which have been all marked, right? So we had a high again. We'll just go through this quickly. Why? Because probably we should be doing it at the earliest. The high was 9119.2. So 9119.2 and the date was 4th of March 2015. So 4th of March 2015. Right after that, my low which had come down before my 0.76 level. So this is my 0.76 level. So this was my low and after that I got a high. So my low was somewhere around on 8th of September. So 8th of September 2015 has been marked and the level which was there, the low level, we are considering the low over here is 7539.5. 7539.5. Right, it took somewhere around 188 days. These are just calculations and the range which was being found is 1580, right? And we got after that a reversal. The reversal had come down to a high of 8336.3. The high is been given over here. So we'll just take that 8336.3. 8336.3. And after that, the date for that was 28/10/2015. So same date. 26. Yes, 26. I beg your pardon. 26/10. 26/10. Right, and the number of days which was been required is 48 as per calculations. And reversal, what reversal level did it come down to? So again, we'll do the same thing. We'll consider a high, then after that a low, and after this low we came down to a reversal which was there at 0.5, right? So last reversal will also come down for 0.5 levels, right? And then after that the bull cycle, sorry, the bear cycle, the low of bear cycle, till what level it had come down to. So if you check that, this was, the low was 6825.8. 6825.8 and the date is 29th of February 2016. 29th is the leap year, so end of the leap year we got a completion of bear cycle. And coming down to the levels which were there on Fibonacci, so if we consider a high, a low, and after that a reversal which has come down to 0.5, after that it has come down somewhere around 1.618 level. So it has crossed 1.272 level, come down, but maybe probably it had a resistance at 0.5. We'll consider that okay, it has come down to 1.61 because we don't have mid levels between 1.272 and 1.61. Of course, 1.44 is the level which is there. So if 1.44 is there, we can mark that level also. So probably around 1.44 level, yes, 1.414 level. It did mark, it did come to that level and go further. So we make that slight change 1.414. Okay. So this has also been marked, right? So this is what we have for 2010 and 2011, right? So this is all backtesting data, and let's try to find out something which is it similar in terms of the pattern that we have got, and has it something to do with any of the same cycle which we think is going to be a high probability cycle, and probably the cycle which has been repeated this time also. We never know what has been happening, so but we can always have a wild guess what exactly has been happening. So let's try to find out that wild guess. So we come down to 2011, 2021, 22, which is there currently, the current cycle, and try to mark out the same things, right? So this is our cycle. So we had a high. The high level was 18604.45. Mark then 18604.45. right? And the date was 1910 2021. That is 1910. Right? So this was the first one. And after that, we are considering the entire range and the level which has been coming down to 0.76, right? So this was the low level after this, right? So the low had come down to, first of all, let's try to find out. The low was 15,183.4. So it is 15,183.4 marked in green, and the date was 17th of June 2022. 17th of June 2022, right? And the days that we got is 241 days, right? So let's try to do a comparison if we find some comparisons or maybe similarities between these two cycles, right? So this one was March and this one was in October. So do we have something similar to October or something like that? Yes, this was coming to November and the dates are pretty much somewhere around 15 days here and there, right? So we got a low which was there on 20th of June, and oh, we got a low which is there on 17th of June. Quite interesting. Good. And if you find out the percentage from the high to the low, this low is just before the 0.76 low which is there. So we get somewhere around 52% downside. Here it was 82.7% downside, and this is coming to 82%, 81.6 to be precise, right? So again, if you see the downside which is there in terms of ratio, yeah, it has approximately been same, which is coming to 82%, right? So we are seeing this for one cycle, two cycle, and three cycles together, right? Range which is there in terms of points, yes, again the ranges are varying, right? We are not denying that the range will change. Of course, this range will change together. But yes, what similarity that we saw is probably the number of days is 224. It is coming to 241. So somewhere around approximately the same number of days. The ratio which has been come down to from the high to the low is again been 82%, 82%, 82%. So overall, gradually we see that okay, fine. The range has been constant. If we have a top from the bottom, top to the bottom, we get a specific range which probably is a similar point. So we'll do one thing, we'll just mark this in green, not in green, but maybe in yellow. So we have some turn, probably just to understand in a better way, right? We go to the next point. We got a reversal. So this reversal was on. So the level, first of all, we'll mark the level as well as the dates. The level has been 16 to 75.5. So 16 to 75.5. First of all, mark this in green. And the date has been 8/7/22. Right? So date has been 8/7/22. Right? And the number of days which we took from the high to the low was 21. Again, this is calculation, right? Let's try to compare something. The reversal which is there, the date which was there. So the date has been 8/7. Oh, wow. These dates look a bit interesting. We're coming again, come down to the same date. This date is probably similar. And to the number of days, it took 21 days and it took 18 days. Now these are purely calendar days, not trading days. So again, something similar. And if we see the ratio which is there, now this ratio probably I'm not 100% sure, but just the ratio between these two numbers, that is from the low to the high, what has come down to. So this comes to 90.5, this comes to 90.4 and 93.3. Again, because they are from the high and going low up to that point, so probably that is there. So again, if we see in terms of the ratios, yeah, probably this is again coming to a similar part, right? Here also it has come down to a similar part, right? So we have certain similarities is, first of all, okay, fine. We had one more similarity. The low was approximately around the same dates. right? And even if we consider this, probably 224 to 41, of course, I guess there's somewhere around 15 days extra because probably it started from that date. Maybe that's why the difference is there. But here, if you see, yes, the reversal has been coming down to the approximate same part, which is maybe around 18 to 20 days, which I think is a minor difference of 2-3 days, which we can consider for, right? After that, yep, the reversal which is there. Let's try to find out the reversal. How much time or probably time period it has taken for the reversal. So this was my low. I'll shift my low to the bottom part. And what I see over here is it has crossed 0.76. It has come down to 0.618 levels. And so probably it is coming to 0.618 levels, 0.618 level. Mark this in green, right? And we don't know the bear cycle. This is there, so this is probably just a question mark. So, but what I've done from my side is very simple. This retracement has come down to 1.618, and this retracement has come down to 1.414, right? If I consider the same things, all right, I'll probably mark down 1.414 and 1.61, these two levels. If I consider 1.414, so it is coming to 16,763, and if I mark down 1.618, so for 1.618, it comes down exactly to 18,065. All right, so this is sorry, it's not 18, it's 13,065. I beg your pardon, 13,605. This is for 1.618, right? Now, this is there on the basis of the cycle. Sorry, it's 13,065. Put down 13,065, right? So this is just considering the range overall and the reversal which is there, right? We'll also try to mark down something which is there in red. Why? Because this is probably not matching. So this has come down to 0.5. See, this cycle has been perfect. This cycle has been perfect. Probably this cycle has not been perfect. It has only been following one part, that is coming down to a reversal till 0.618. Now, if you see these two cycles, yes, probably this reversal which has come down, this has been matching to 1.618 level, and our 0.5 level, that the entire bear range, the bull cycle rather, that has coming down to 13,057. So even if I consider this reverse cycle which is there, that has been matching to 13,065, right? And so we have considered the same thing, reversal till 1.618. Even if we consider 1.414, probably we will be finding some different numbers. But yes, the bigger cycle which is there, right? The bigger cycle that we have seen is for the bear cycles, major bear cycles which are there, those come down to either 0.5 level or 0.236 level. So for these two cycles that we see, is it has been coming down to 0.5. This has been very approximate. It has come down to exactly 0.5 level. This has been a bit just above that, but it has completed the upward cycle, which is 1.618. So very much pretty that okay, it had moved over here. This cycle is probably it has come down to 1.414, but probably this took a support at 0.5. So we have two different probabilities which are there. But if we check down over here, probably we get two probabilities, right, which are again very much similar to each other. That the first one is coming to the reversal has been coming down to 13,065, and our 0.5 is also 13,057. So probability again, this is a wild guess giving us something which is there more of the price which is there. Again, talking in terms of time period, I am not 100% sure, but let's try to check out something in terms of time period also if you're getting something of a probability, right? So let's try to determine something on that part, something that I wanted to get into details, right? So what I've done is, so probably I have marked down a falling wedge. So this was the low level and this was the second low level, right? So if you consider these two levels, probably I come down to a level which is just nearing to that part. So 1.618, right? This was touching at 1.618, and the time period which was been touching is the same part. Only thing is it got a reversal which was there on the above part, right? So time wise, if we check out time wise, it was coming on the exact point, right? The date was there. Only thing is price was a bit higher, which is okay with us, right? Because we are trying to consider probabilities. What are the high probabilities? So talking in terms of squaring of time and price, time has probably squared. Time was a bit here and there. That is all okay, because all the factors cannot be marked to perfection, right? We do the same thing over here. We also find out a rise, falling wedge. So this low point was there, this low point was there, and we came down to a part. Now again, talking in terms of time, yes, probably the time and price has exactly crossed over at this part. Maybe probably a difference of some points in terms of price, but timing, yep, probably this has touched, this has touched. So we can say that okay, we are very much in terms of squaring of time and price. This is just one of the way of squaring time and price, just drawing a line which is probably a falling wedge. Let's try to implement the same thing in the current cycle and try to find out if we are able to get a date, something like that, right? So I'll do the same thing. I'll probably mark a low and then a second low. So the low was 16,410, 410.2. Yes, this is the date. We go to the same thing over here. Date is approximately the same. Pricing is 15,671, 71.45, right? Probably very precise. And we'll probably just extend this and darken this a bit, right? So I have to see two things, or probably I'll do one thing. I'll just mark this in terms of points also, because we are getting precise over here. So I need to be precise on the top part also. All right. I'll first of all try to check with the bottom. All right. My bottom has been 183.4, 183.4, right? So we have got it to the point, and this is 18604.45. I mean, like, if you ask me even in sleep, I'll be able to tell you that number now, 18604.45, and the date 19th of October. Let me just shift it a bit so that, right? Cool. So we got both the figures very much too precise to the point. And we'll do one more thing is we'll just draw a line 18069. 18069.19. Okay, and probably again just and try to check out where exactly these two are matching. Right, cool. Right, and if I try to square that and see in terms of the line, so this is my line which has been joining, and to be precise, again we get a date which is there of 5th of December 2022. Just a wild guess. We don't have the dates till now, but 5th of December 2022, right? So this is a question mark in front of us. I'll just mark this in some other color. This is a question mark and this is a question mark. So probably this is as per the calculations that we have, and it won't be 16035 now. Just hold on. Let me just check down this value. It is 13069. 13069. Right. So we have just trying to see out probabilities, overall probabilities that we saw previously, how the market has been trending, or what things have been happening till now. So on the basis of that, yes, we had a wild guess. We just took down the two low points and tried to find out what point it will be coming down to. So that's why we got this date and this time, right? So seeing 1.618 levels which are there, timing which are there. If it comes down, nothing like it. If it doesn't come down, probably we'll try to see things which are there from our side and hopefully try to understand what would be happening. So if it happens, nothing like it. If it doesn't happen, but we are just trying to find out certain wild guesses and try to see what would be happening, right? So this has been taken on the basis of the range, the reversal. So reversal again, this reversal critical point has been critical. Why? Because this has come down to 0.76. Now, one thing is, which I see as a weak point is, it hasn't come down to the 0.5 level. So something assuming, just marking over here, 0.5. So this is a loop which is not closed till now, and I'll probably put down a question mark also. That, where is my question mark? Yes. Right. I'll put down this question mark internally. Because this has been left out. So probably this has been left out or something like that. Maybe the price may again go up, and then after that we should be going further down, or probably because the Bollinger Band has always given us these details, or probably we had already completed this cycle, so probably it should be coming down, and it has approximately come down for the same levels. Also is in terms of the measured moves, we are come to know that, okay, fine, this was the time period. So 11th of July, which we had thought about, probably should be coming down to that level, but it was maybe a day earlier. This was there on 8th, and after that, the next trading day was 11th. So one day here and there is okay. We have already told the same thing in our last webinar also. This was the measured move. This was the measured move. The price was almost the same, which is there, right? We had considered the high as 16,275, and here it was 16,382, 16,330, and in terms of measured moves, what is the measured moves? Yes, measured moves, it was again 18,240, 16,240. So 16,240 and our high of 16,275, it's almost the same. I mean, like we can say that the time and price has been squared, right? Nothing much to discuss because we have already told in the previous video. The previous video was after that. So this was a video which was there of 5th of June, and after that we had a video which was there on probably on 10th of June, like 4 days back before the market did start, and after the high, where we specifically told that, okay, fine, we will be coming down to this level, and Monday, Tuesday, probably we should be seeing the market coming down, right? So all the things probably have been happening and falling in places. Only thing that we have to be cautious about is how to trade, because most of the people have been telling that, okay, fine, from the top to the bottom, we almost got what, 300 odd points, if I'm not mistaken. Even if you consider this top, This bottom, yes, almost 300 points which are there because this was our trading level, and from there it started just zooming down. Yes, people are making profits altogether. Some have been trailing their stop losses, some have maybe probably exited somewhere around at this level. It's all okay until unless you find out higher probability trades, things should be working in that part, right? But at this point, to summarize, what we see is probably the levels which should be coming down to 0.5, or maybe the reversal which is there to 1.618 from the top part would be 16069. We may be wrong, but we are just having a wide probability in terms of price. Probably it would be in terms of time, somewhere around 5th of December 2022. So probably options which are there, we won't be getting that time till now to get down with options for December. So this will be coming somewhere around in 3 months. So that should be 5th of December. Na? So maybe probably we can go for the next month also. August onwards, the trades will be open for November and December. So that's it from my side, guys. I'll request is please go through the previous videos. The videos of first is the 10th of July video, and before this video of 5th of June. So these two videos are critical if you want to get more of into details. Probably you'll be able to understand. And thank you so much. Bye. Have nice trading. Take care.